In the wake of the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, at a Utah University event, President Donald Trump delivered a profound and emotional tribute. Speaking at a solemn 9/11 memorial, Trump opened his remarks by calling Kirk a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. He also announced his intention to posthumously award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Trump's statement blended personal grief with political praise, framing Kirk's death as a heinous assassination and directly blaming the radical left for fomenting the political climate that led to the violence. The tribute was a powerful moment that solidified Kirk's place in the conservative movement's pantheon and amplified the narrative of a culture war under siege. Analysis, reasons, and consequences. The tribute from Trump was far more than a simple eulogy. It was a deeply political act that served multiple functions. First and foremost, it was a personal acknowledgement of a key ally. The relationship between Trump and Kirk was mutually beneficial and long-standing. Kirk, through his organization Turning Point USA, was instrumental in mobilizing a new generation of young conservative voters. He provided the ground-level support and digital savvy that was crucial for the Trump campaign. And Trump's appearances at Turning Point events gave Kirk immense credibility and a national platform. Trump's praise for Kirk's ability to had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie was a direct and public validation of this vital political contribution. The second, and perhaps most significant function of the tribute, was to frame Kirk's death within the narrative of an ongoing political conflict. By immediately and forcefully blaming the radical left, Trump transformed a tragic act of violence into a political statement. This shifted the focus from the complex issue of political violence in America to a more familiar narrative of left-wing aggression against conservatives. This approach serves to galvanize his base, portraying the movement as being under direct attack and fostering a sense of shared grievance and solidarity. The call for a posthumous Medal of Freedom further elevates Kirk from a political activist to a national hero and a martyr for the cause, ensuring his legacy will be used to inspire and mobilize for years to come. The consequences of this tribute are both immediate and far-reaching. In the short term, the statement deepened the political polarization that it also condemned. While other political figures, including former presidents from both parties, condemned the violence and called for unity, Trump's words directly contributed to the partisan shouting match that erupted in Congress. His rhetoric has been echoed by other prominent figures on the right, with some calling for retribution and avenging Kirk's death. This creates a dangerous feedback loop where tragic events are weaponized for political gain, potentially leading to further acts of violence. The tribute also puts Turning Point USA in a new, more prominent position. The organization has lost its charismatic leader, but the martyrdom of its founder may supercharge its mission and fundraising efforts. Prediction and solutions. Looking ahead, it is highly likely that Charlie Kirk's death will be a defining moment for the conservative youth movement. Turning Point USA will need to adapt to the loss of its central figure. Without Kirk's unique, confrontational style, the organization may pivot toward a more institutional structure, or elevate new, prominent voices who can carry the torch. The legacy of his death will be invoked in every future political campaign and debate. The narrative of martyrdom will be used to frame political disagreements as a struggle against existential threats, a tactic that has proven to be an effective motivator. The only real solution to this climate of escalating political violence is a conscious de-escalation of rhetoric from all sides. It is incumbent upon leaders with large platforms to choose words that unite rather than divide. This includes condemning violence without resorting to partisan finger-pointing. The assassination of a public figure underscores the need for a national conversation about the dangers of political dehumanization and the responsibility of leaders to foster civil discourse, even in the face of profound disagreement. The challenge is immense, but the alternative, a future marked by an ever-increasing cycle of political violence, is a fate no one should want.